Yo, it's your man ROCKCOBAIN. You're tuned in to Ultralit TV, hosted by Cobain.
It has been 10 days since 16-year-old Sanaa Ferguson was found murdered in Orange County. Since then, we learned she was pregnant, but nothing more has come out about the search for her killer. News 6 investigator Eric Sandoval is at the Orange County Sheriff's headquarters with the questions we're still waiting to get answered.
Sheriff John Mina says that his homicide detectives are working this case right now, but he wouldn't say much more than that. Here is what we know about this case right now. August 12th, Orlando police respond to this Department of Children and Families office on South Kirkman Road, where a worker reports 16-year-old Sanaa Ferguson missing. The police report says she was brought there to be given a family placement for the night as she had to appear in court the next day. She was involved in a human trafficking case in Orange County. They said she became argumentative and left. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children created this release with Ferguson's picture on it, yet she remained missing for 73 days. October 24th, Orange County Sheriff's investigators say they found Ferguson dead next to a car on Broken Pine Circle, 7 miles away from where she went missing. A week and a half later, the same day, Ferguson's father provided this new picture of his daughter. News 6 confirmed the 16-year-old was pregnant when she was killed.
Yo. Welcome to another episode of the ROCKCOBAIN Show, and I am ROCKCOBAIN. Today I'm gonna bring you a story about a pregnant girl who was linked to a human trafficking case who was killed by her teenage baby's father. Lorenzo Michael Larry is facing 1 count of second-degree murder for allegedly killing his girlfriend, pregnant 16-year-old Sanaa Ferguson. Newly released court documents state that Larry is reportedly being charged as an adult. Authorities allege that on October 28th, Lorenzo Larry killed Sanaa Ferguson, who had been reported missing in August of 2022. It is said that he killed her with a single bullet wound to the head following a heated argument between the two. Police say she was shot right in her temple near her hairline and died in a driveway of her home located at the 5,000 block of Broken Pine Circle in Orlando, Florida. Reports go to say that Katrina Moore, a neighbor, witnessed the shooting and told the police she heard a single gunshot. She stated that when she came out to see what was going on, she said, "What happened to the girl?" And Lorenzo stated, "I just shot my baby mama." The defendant's 14-year-old sister allegedly told police that she was in the garage with the door closed when she heard a gunshot. She said she ran through the house and out the back door and went around to the front of the house, where she allegedly told police that her brother looked at her and said, "I did not mean to kill her. I did not mean to do her." The sister said her brother then wrapped a handgun in a black and white cloth before running into the house and eventually getting in the blue car with 2 other male passengers. Now, Lorenzo's mother, Pamela Patterson, told investigators that the driver of the car was Jerome Sutherland, who allegedly told police that he dropped Larry off at an intersection with no questions asked. Now, it also goes to state here that the investigators not only are accusing this man of this specific crime, it also goes to say that Lorenzo Larry is charged in the killing of 23-year-old Jamil Pittman, who was killed with a gunshot wound to the head on December 8, 2021. Lorenzo Larry, he admitted to shooting Jamil, but claimed that it was self-defense. Although he fled the scene, disposed of the gun, and fled to a whole nother state. So in those cases, he was just a suspect, but he claimed self-defense. Now, the Sheriff John Mina says that we would like to review this thoroughly before we make a determination on that case. This case is crazy. At 17 years old, there is no way that you should be charged for not only 1 murder, but 2 murders. What would make you kill your baby mama? Now, it is stated that Sanaa Ferguson was due in court the next day. Now, Sanaa at age 16 was herself going through a sex trafficking case. Despite earlier reports indicating that Ferguson was involved in human trafficking, Orange County Sheriff John Mina said that her slaying was not related to that case and that it had nothing to do with that. Now, to me, it looks like this little young 17-year-old man has thrown his life completely away with not just 1 but 2 murders. Where is his parents? Where is the village that's supposed to be here for this young man? Someone who does not know how to control their anger, someone who does not know how to be in a relationship. When these things come up and you feel like you're about to crash out or go over the edge, you have to leave. This is my 2nd or 3rd time saying this since I've started my podcast show. You have to leave when you feel it escalating. Yes, it escalates. 2 people trying to become one in a relationship. There's never gonna always be peace. There's gonna be times when you have contention and arguments, but you have to be wise and walk away. You don't shoot her in the head with your 20-week-old baby in her stomach, man. All right? I'm praying for everybody involved. This is a sad, sad case. I'm praying for the girl. I'm praying for the shooter. I'm praying for his family. I'm praying for her family. Now, where is her family? Pregnant at 16, a victim of sex trafficking, and running away from detention centers. Where are her parents? Where are the people who supposedly care about this woman and this little girl who's now dead? All right? I'm praying for everybody involved, as I always say. I want you guys to like, subscribe, comment, even if you agree with me or don't agree with me. Tell me how you feel down in these comments, because this is a sick and sad situation, guys. All right? As I always say, it's Neighborhood 6, and I'm going to keep on rolling.
Morning. On Monday afternoon yesterday, our deputies arrested 17-year-old Lorenzo Larry on charges of second-degree murder for the killing of 16-year-old Shayla Ferguson on October 24th. He also faces charges for killing her unborn baby. This whole community should be grieving for Shayla Ferguson and her family and her unborn baby. She died of a single gunshot wound to the head after a heated argument at the hands of Lorenzo Larry. So it's been reported by some that this case may have been related to human trafficking. That's not true. There is no nexus to human trafficking in this case. Lorenzo Larry is no stranger to law enforcement, nor is he a stranger to our homicide detectives. In February of 2021, when he was just 15 years old, he was arrested for carrying a concealed firearm, as well as violation of home detention, both of which are felonies. Those cases were dropped. On December 8th, 2021, 23-year-old Jamil Pittman was found dead in a car off of South Rio Grande Avenue. She also had a single gunshot wound to the head. During their investigation, our homicide detectives identified Lorenzo Larry as the suspect in this case. He had fled the area. We were unable to find him, and then he was arrested again in May on another slew of gun charges. At that time, we were able to interview him. He admitted to shooting Jamil, but claimed it was self-defense, although he fled the scene, disposed of the gun, and fled to another state. So in those cases where the suspect claims self-defense, we work closely with our state attorney's office. We give them our investigative report for them to review so they can make a determination. On that case, that was done back in July, and the state attorney's office has not made a determination in that case as of yet. And then Lorenzo Larry was again arrested in July for gun charges, and both that case and the May gun case are set for trial. So we do anticipate the state attorney's office will charge him as an adult for the second-degree murder charge of Shayla Ferguson and her unborn child. So you have heard me say time and time again that no one gets into this profession to arrest kids, especially for low-level offenses, but that's not the case here. And so those juveniles who are out there carrying guns, committing violent crimes in our community, that doesn't apply to them. So, we have to acknowledge that someone who amasses this many gun charges and is responsible for the killing of 2 women and an unborn child needs to be behind bars for a very, very long time for the safety of this community.
No, I don't want to be recorded. My mom said I'm a juvenile.
We're just gonna go to the back over here, right?
Want to spread your feet for me? Spread your feet for me.
Okay, take a seat. That's it. Appreciate it.
Flexing on your bitch ass, nigga. Flexing, counting this cash, nigga. Flexing, take your bitch fast, nigga. Flexing, use a bitch ass. Baby, your love is my drug, and I just can't get it enough. Infatuated by you and your touch, really can't get high enough. You got me feeling just like a fool for fucking around with you. And when I took the first hit of you, I really didn't have a clue, yeah. Tonight's the night, I just lay back and watch you ride. Tonight's the night, I just might hit it from behind. cause I'm tryna go half on a girl like